day. Welcome, everybody, with the AARP Maryland group. We are taking our leap day, and I was really thinking about what we could make today. I'm Chris Van Bloom. I love to cook, and I do monthly classes with AARP Maryland. We have one this Saturday. We're always the first Saturday of the month. Just tremendous fun. But today, I was looking, what are the things that go with Leap Day? Because I was listening to the radio and people were talking about it's their 7th birthday, right? Or they get married on Leap Day every 4 years. I couldn't find a darn thing with food. So I thought, I'm going to make something I love that's so good for us. And it's really tasty. It's kind of all the rage right now. We're going to make a black bean and roasted sweet potato taco. I know the days of the, packaged taco mix that my mom used to do behind me. Okay, now hang on. I'm looking to see. I want to be able to follow if anybody comes on and is joining me. Oh, I don't know if it's going to work. All right, so let's get cooking, shall we? Today, this is so simple. I actually had almost all of the ingredients already in the house, but I want to show you how quick and simple this is with a few basic ingredients that you can pump up or tune down based on what your diet is and what you like. So first things first, ye old sweet potato or a yam. We're going to take this guy and chop it into what I would call taco-sized pieces. This isn't Thanksgiving where we're covering these babies in marshmallows. This is for a filling inside a taco. So we want it to be a little bit more accessible so that we're not chomping on huge chunks of anything. I've peeled my sweet potato because that's not an exciting thing to watch. But what I'm going to do, when you've got something roly-poly, what we want to do is give it a flat edge. So don't worry, I'm going to use that piece. But now I've got a little more control over my tater, right? So it won't roll around on me. Because it's really important that as you're cooking, you have a lot of control here with your knife. And sweet potatoes, even though they cook pretty darn quickly, they can be kind of a bear to cut. They've got a little more resistance. So what I've done here is just cut them into planks. I don't know if you guys can see that. Nice and easy. We really want to make sure everything is about more or less the same size so that it cooks at an even rate. Super important. All righty. So we're just going to cut these bad boys up. And let me tell you, if you're cooking for 1 or 2 people, if you're an empty nester like I am, then you can use 1 sweet potato here. And let me tell you, it is ample. You don't have to go crazy. I think this morning I was like, okay, do I need 2? If there are 2 of us, do I need a sweet potato per person? Absolutely not. That is a lot of sweet potato. All right, I'm gonna take this guy. He's a little thinner. We're gonna go like this. And I have my oven preheated to 400 degrees. All righty, there we go. And then I'll just take that. Perfect, easy breezy. Now listen, I don't want you to get too twitchy with our measurements here because you may love cumin. That may be your thing. Or you may not like it at all. These are just basic, simple ingredients. So do not freak out about measurements. If I can get you to do anything, I want you to relax. That's what our leap day is for, right? We want to just relax a little. So I'm going to use a tablespoon or 2 of olive oil. I'll tell you what, since I have it here, I'm just going to put a little in my pan. And then I've measured it out dutifully for you. a little bit of ground cumin, a little bit of chili powder, a little bit of onion powder, and a little bit of garlic powder. Now I'm just going to mix it here and then kind of take it here. And let me tell you, when I was first starting to cook professionally, I would never, ever use a garlic powder or an onion powder. Oh my gosh, I was such a snob. But there are such perfect applications for it, and this is one of them. Now, if you want to throw a roasty little bits of onion in there, you can totally do that. But with garlic tends to burn when it gets too hot. So I like the garlic powder. It's not going to burn on me. Okay, and are we ready for the magic of today? Here are my sweet potatoes. And ta-da! Oh yeah, there are my roasted sweet potatoes, okay? Those took about 20 minutes in the oven. That's it. And they are tender. They have a little crust to them. Don't worry, I'm going to show you as we get going here. But we definitely want to also get our beans heated, right? Because this is kind of a mixture that we're doing together. So I have one can. You can see I have them on a strainer. I left them in here to remind you that we do want to strain and rinse these. Now, it could just be me, but you know, the bean liquid that you get in a can of beans, it can make you a little gassy. So we don't want to deal with that at all, which is why I always, all my beans, if you're using chickpeas, the liquid in a can of chickpeas is called aquafaba, and it is used in vegan desserts all over the place. Do not freak out. It's actually really cool stuff. So we're not going to use that today. But for this, I'm just going to saute and warm up these guys a little bit. Now, if you want, you can add in salt, pepper, more spices if you like, but I'm going to put my sweet potatoes in with the beans. Once the beans start to warm up a little bit, to make a mixture instead of individual elements. Now, if you are a dried bean fan, power to you. If you have a pressure cooker, pressure cookers make cooking dried beans so much less time consuming, and it's easier to go from dried to cooked rather than having to do the overnight soaking, the drain, the boil, all of that stuff. So for convenience sake, I really do like a canned bean. I'm not going to add any salt because these were not an unsalted can, so it'll have plenty for me. And as a heart attack survivor, I'm always trying to just keep tabs on my salt and make sure I'm doing okay with it. Not trying to get crazy or anything. And you can, I don't know if you can hear this, but I have a nice sizzle here. Oh, I love it. And I'm going to take these sweet potatoes. And let me tell you, you can go any sort of modern taco place, it's going to have these on the menu. All right. We'll just give a little toss. That beep you hear is my little induction burner. If you've ever worked with induction, when you remove the pan, when you lose that connection, the burner will turn off on you. All righty. But that is looking good. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this lovely mixture, and you want to taste for seasoning. Always, 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 okay? So important. Always taste before you send it out. But look at this. I just want you to see. This is one sweet potato, one can of black beans. Do you see how much that makes? That's crazy. So get yourself one of the smaller, not one of the monster sweet potatoes. All right, and I'm going to take that and just set it there. Now, I have another little burner. I really like the corn tortillas with this. but you can go however you like. These are not authentic. This is an easy breezy version of a taco. And you've got two options. You've got corn and flour. Are these the cutest little flour tortillas? These are called street taco size. You can see they're really small. I love this. As somebody who's not eating as gigantic portions anymore, I love this size. Corn tortillas are also naturally a bit smaller. All right. So when we do those, you really can't heat up corn tortillas in a microwave. It's not going to work for you. We've got to heat them in a pan. Now, I put just a teeny bit of oil in there, and I'm going to let them go. But I have one that I did already. So let's get going here before I start assembling. I want to first make, oh, it was my lime that fell. That's so funny. I heard a thud. There's the lime. All right, we'll wipe it off. We're going to take this lime and we're going to make a bit of a lime crema. Now, this is so simple. This is, again, not authentic. But I'm going to take a lime, oh man, this smells so good, a lime wedge and mix it into some sour cream, or if you like, maybe some Greek yogurt. I'm going to put just a little pinch of salt. I'm going to turn that guy over and give it a little stir. Just, I want to make it a little liquidy instead of blobby, if that makes sense. I want it to almost stream over it. We'll put that there. Perfect. Now, if you're feeling really fancy, you could put it in like a little squeeze bottle. Super cool. All right. And I made some quick pickled red onions. These are not going to last forever on your shelf. These go in the fridge. But I love the brightness and the crispness that you get from these. And I was saying to Eleanor from AARP Maryland a little bit earlier before we started, you know it's going to be a good day when you go to the grocery store and the avocados are perfect. They're not overripe. They're not, you know, like hand grenades. They're just beautiful and perfect. And I think I'm going to do bites instead of slices with this guy. I picked up two, one for tomorrow. It'll be perfect tomorrow. Because avocados, I think, are ready for 10 minutes, right? That's all they do for you. They give you 10 minutes of perfection. All right, so while I'm scooping this guy out, I really want to send you over to register for class this week. I have got such a fun class. We are going to do these potatoes. I kid you not. You are going to go bananas. They are so darn crispy. You won't believe that they're not fried, and they are not. We're going to do them. Well, I'm not even going to tell you. You have to register for the class. We're going to do an air fryer salmon and air fryer green beans. And if you don't have an air fryer, don't fret. We can show you how. I'll show you how to do it in the oven instead. It's no problem. All right. So let's get down to business here. Oh, that is nice and warm. All right. So I'm going to take a little bit of, oh, perfect. I'm going to take a little bit of this. And I would say this is going to make 8 tacos for you, 8 corn tortilla sized tacos. I'm going to lay it here because, of course, it's really hot. Take this. I have a little bit of queso fresco, which, of course, means fresh cheese. And it's a little crumbly. I love it. It's really salty, too. So that makes sense why I want to watch the salt in the rest of the recipe. And I always like to put the cheese near the filling because I want the filling to melt it a bit. Let's hit this with a little of the fresh avocado. Oh my gosh, this is a feast. Holy bananas. Look at this. A little of these quick pickled red onions. And again, these will stay. Oh, so good. Look, I'm losing beans. You just need a couple. Little bit of my lime crema. Let's see if we can do a little, and that is it. Look at that. That is so tasty. I'm coming in hot. Look, that is so tasty, so healthy, so good. That's it. That's it. The perfect quick and easy taco. So sign up for our class this Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Totally free. Can't wait to see you there. Lasts an hour. And we even have more classes. We have our April class online already, as well as our May, and I can't wait to see you there. So for Leap Day and tomorrow, the start of Women's History Month, woohoo, I'm Chris Van Bloom. Happy day.